Hello everyone and good evening. I'm Hayden Vandell and you are watching the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. We are on the road tonight from historic Hicks Field in Edenton, North Carolina for this matchup between the Suffolk Voyagers and Edenton Steamers. Suffolk has 2 straight wins coming into the night, while Edenton has 6 consecutive. Edenton, over their 6-game win streak, has averaged over 10 runs a game, coming off a 4-2 victory last night in Tarboro, while Suffolk, they've scored 25 runs in their last 2 games. This is the third of 6 meetings between these two teams. In the first 2 meetings, Edenton has outscored Suffolk by a total of 21-2. And the starting pitcher tonight for the Steamers, making his 3rd start of the season, is Michael Allen. Allen went 4 innings in his first start of the season and 3 in his last start. That was against the Norfolk Redbirds. He's also made 2 appearances out of the bullpen for a combined 5 scoreless innings. Allen's pitched a total of 12 innings this summer for the Steamers and has just allowed 1 run, which was unearned. And now the starting lineup for your Suffolk Voyagers, leading off and playing center field for the 4th consecutive game, is Brian Wilson. Batting second and playing second, Dawson Cusick. Batting third and playing right field, Philip Forbes. Trey Blow is in the 4-hole playing shortstop. Rylan Brown getting his first start at DH in the 5-hole. Ahmad Goldson out in left field, batting 6th. Aiden Oates, he's behind the dish, batting 7th. Benny Spady's over at first base, batting 8th. And batting 9th and playing third base is Tyler Gorbett. We're just about to get set to start here in Edenton. So here's Brian Wilson to get things started for the Voyagers. And the first pitch he sees is a called strike, 0-1. Wilson's hitting .538 in the 4 games he's played in this season. And a good eye there. Ball was just outside. Wilson's got an on-base percentage of .571. So been very productive in the leadoff spot as well, as he grounds that one up the middle, and there's the first hit of the night. Wilson has had multiple hits in his last 3 games, and he gets the Voyagers started with a leadoff single. So here's Dawson Cusick as he gets the signs down from Coach Forbes, who we've already seen a lot this season. Plays a lot of small ball. Will be interesting to see if Cusick lays down a bunt here. Would not be surprised if he does. And he's swinging away and fouls that one back. 0-1. Wilson's only got 1 stolen base attempt on the season over at first that he arrives safely for. As Cusick again looks down to the third base side. And Allen checks in on Wilson. Cusick's got a hit in his last 2 games for the Voyagers. Here's the 0-1 as Allen checks in on Wilson again. Wilson's first stolen base came last game. That was at Lakewood Park against the Sea Dogs. One count here on Guzik. And here's the pitch. And now Guzik is showing bunt, and he pops it up out of play. So Coach Forbes didn't give Guzik the bunt sign until the third pitch there in a 1-1 count. And Dawson fouled it off, so now it's 1-2 here. And Allen checks in on Wilson again. The third time that Allen has checked in on Wilson. That's how many pitches he's thrown to Guzik. And he checks in again. Fourth time that Allen's thrown over there. Trying to keep Wilson close. Here's the 1-2. And that's up high, 2-2. As it gets a reaction from the Edenton crowd. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And a called strike three looking. Guzik knew it right away. And that's the first out of the night. So here's Philip Forbes, P5 as they call him. Forbes has either had really good games or really bad games. In the 5 games he's played in, 3 of them he's had 2 hits. Meanwhile, in the other 2, he's been hitless. And there goes Wilson, throw down from Kermode. Not in time, and there's the second stolen base of the season for Wilson. And now a 2-0 count here on Forbes. Forbes still looking for his first RBI this season. With Wilson over on second, he's dancing around. And time is called right before Allen delivers the pitch. And that ball is outside to Forbes, and now it's 3-0. Here's the 3-0. And it's inside, so a 4-pitch walk to Forbes. And there are 2 runners on now for one of the best hitters in the league, Trey Blow. Allen just had 2 walks in his first 9 innings. And now in his last 3 1/3, he's allowed a combined 5. Nothing in 1 here on Blow. Runners on first and second, and Blow fouls that one back, and it's 0-2. Blow leads the PCL for qualified batters in batting average. Batting .500 on the season. Trying to get Suffolk on the board here as Allen pumps fakes to second. Oh, 2 now, runners in motion. Blow grounds one over the third, foul. Both Wilson and Forbes were taken off from second and first, respectively. Blow, even though hitting .500, does not have an extra base hit nor on the season, but he does have 5 RBIs under his belt in his 5 games. Still down on the count, 0-2. As Allen looks back at Wilson, here's the 0-2 pitch, fouled off again. Blow's got a hit in every game this season for the Voyagers. Trying to extend his hit streak here. 0-2. There goes Wilson as Blow pops that one up towards the right side. Overcomes hip, and it falls in foul territory. Wilson was taking off from second. Forbes kind of got a late break from first. Not sure if he didn't get the signs from his grandfather over at third base. Trey Blow putting together a good at-bat here for the Voyagers, making Michael Allen work. This is the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Still 0-2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the 2nd strikeout recorded by Allen. And there are 2 down. So here's Ryland Brown making his first start at DH this season for Suffolk. And Brown, first pitch he sees, catches a corner, called strike, 0-1. Brown just arrived recently for Suffolk. Just his 3rd game of the season. As Wilson continues to dance over at second, Brown fouls that one back, and now it's 0-2. Second straight batter that Allen has down in the count, 0-2. As Stevens keeps Wilson close in on second, and Allen will step off. We've already seen the runners from first and second take off twice, but each ball was hit foul. And now 0-2, and there go the runners. 0-2 pitch low in the dirt, and the throw down from Kermode hits Wilson in the helmet, and it rolls all the way into the outfield. And that's how the first run of the night will score. On an 0-2 pitch. The throw from Kermode hit Wilson in the helmet. He looks fine in the dugout. Coach Forbes is yelling to check in on him. But Brian Wilson looks fine as he comes around to score the first run of the game. So a 1-2 count here on Ryland Brown. And there's a called strike 3. But the Voyagers tack on a run in the first to take the lead 1-0 here from historic Hicks Field. So the Voyagers tack on a run in the first after the throw down from Kermode hit Wilson in the head. He's fine though. He's out there in center field. And the first pitch Bruno sees is lined to center field for a base hit. Chase Bruno with another hit. He has a hit in all of Edenton's games this season. And boy, does he love to swing at the first pitch as well, as he just did there to Aiden Hedgepeth. And brings up the first baseman, Tanner Thatch. Hedgepeth making his third start of the season. His last start came right here at Historic Hicks Field. Thatch takes that one up for ball one. Hedgepeth went 5 innings, allowing 2 runs in that start here at Historic Hicks. That was back on June 9th. As that ball got by the glove of Oates, but Bruno held up at first. Hedgepeth is a pitcher who pitches to contact. 4 strikeouts in his 8 innings of work this season. So this Suffolk defense is going to have to step it up today as a 3-0 count here on Thatch. Suffolk coming off a game in which they had 4 errors in their victory over Virginia Beach. And when they last played Edenton at Lakewood Park, they had a combined 6 errors. So if they want to win tonight, especially with Hedgepeth on the mound, they're going to have to step it up defensively. 3-0. There's their called strike, 3-1. And 3-1 is popped up. Cusick is under it, and Wilson will call him off. So that's the first out of the night recorded by Hedgepeth. It's Wilson's 4th consecutive start out there in center field. The rest of the outfield is rounded up by Phillip Forbes. He started every game in right field. And Ahmad Golton has started every game in left field for the Voyagers. First pitch to Cole, a called strike, 0-1. And there's a good pitch there by Hedgepeth, and he's up 0-2. On the left fielder, Cole. Cole had a good night last night, 2 for 3. As he flies that one out to center, in comes Wilson, and he can't get there. So the second hit of the inning for Edenton. And just like Suffolk did in the top half of the inning, the Steamers have runners on first and second with just 1 out. Brings up the center fielder, Paulson. A 1. Big swing and a miss there from a pitch in the dirt, 0-2. Paulson also had a good night last night against Tarboro, went 2 for 3. And now down in the count, 0-2. And that pitch is whipped down the left field line, a fair ball And it'll roll all the way into the corner. Bruno comes around to score. And Paulson is held up at third. It's an RBI double for Nate Paulson. And he ties the game at 1 here in the first.
Right fielder from Brown, number 19, Jackson Hill.
So here's the right fielder, Jackson Hip.
Everybody clap your hands.
Hip went 1 for 4 last night. As checks his swing on a high pitch, he went around. One ball and 1 strike here on Hip. Runners on second and third. 1 out here in the first. And that one's hit towards the right side. That'll bring in a run as Guzik gets the out at first. So an RBI there for Jackson Hip. That's his 8th RBI of the season. And it brings up the catcher, Kermode. And first pitch, Kermode sees a called strike, 0-1. Kermode behind the dish tonight for Edenton as they always switch off their catchers between Jeremiah Boyd and Case Kermode. They flip off every night for the catching roles. 0-2 is fouled off.
We go at 7:38.
Here's the 0-2 from Hedgepeth. Up high, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here on Kermode. With Paulson over at third. And Hedgepeth steps off. Houston Wright would be next if Kermode can keep the first inning going. 1-2 is low and away, 2-2. Trying to put Kermode away here. Here's the 2-2. And that's fouled off. So we'll do the 2-2 again. And Kermode calls time. Kermode's got 1 RBI on the season for Edenton. Here's 2-2. And that's outside. It's 3-2. So after Hedgepeth had Kermode down in the count 0-2, he's worked it full. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Hit over to short, blows there, bobbles it, throw to first, and it's not in time.
University of Tennessee, Austin, number 22, Houston Rye.
Mentioned at the top of the broadcast that Suffolk was going to be, as that one slid over to Guzik at second. Can't get the glove out of his, or the ball out of his glove. And it's another base runner for the Steamers.
Third base from Mount Olive, number 13, Alden Cotto.
So now runners on first and second after back-to-back singles from the 6 and 7 spots. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast that Suffolk was going to have to be on their A game defensively. Got one error here in the first. Typically plays that are makeable. Guzik just couldn't get the ball out of his glove there as Hedgepeth steps off. Two-0 pitch, and it's outside. Three-0 delivery. Guzik holding the runner at second pretty tightly, and a swing and a miss there from Cottle. Two. Fouled off. Here's the 2-2 from Hedgepeth. And that's up high, and now the count is full. Hedgepeth trying to stop the bleeding here. Already 3 runs in the inning for Edenton. Runners in motion, fouled off.
Four fouled off. We're going to throw the link to do and you're straight the car business.
So we'll do the 3-2 again. Runners will be in motion. Kermit on second, Wright on first. They both singled. 3-2 pitch. And it's low for ball 4. And the bases are loaded. First walk of the night allowed by Hedgepeth. As we're going to go out to the mountains to have a talk.
We got Land Short Lager on special in the beer garden for $4. Family Friday, $25 concession.
So Bryce Stevens, second baseman for Edenton, up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. A big spot here for Hedgepeth as he looks to get out of this inning. And his first pitch to Stevens is low for ball 1. Case Kermode, he's on third. Houston Wright at second, and then Alden Cottle on first after he drew a walk. Stevens has 5 RBIs on the season. And he hits that one to Blow again. Another opportunity for Blow. Throw to first. And it gets by the first baseman, Spady. And 2 runs will come around to score. See how they give that to Stevens. It's going to be an error. So an error charge to Trey Blow. Allows 2 more runs to score, and now it's back to the top of the order. And Chase Bruno. Bruno with his hit earlier in the inning. Now has hits in 19 consecutive games for the Steamers. That dates back to last season. The all-time record for consecutive games with hits for Edenton is 21. That was done back in 2011 by current MLBer for the Tampa Bay Rays, Joey Wendell. So Kermode putting himself up there in terms of Edenton history. And throw down to second, gets by Guzik, and another run will come around to score. Stevens took off the throw down from Oates. Got away from Guzik and allowed Cottle to come in to score. And there's a called strike 3, but not before 6 runs come around to score for the Steamers. We've played 1 inning here from historic Hicks Field. Start of the second here from Edenton, North Carolina, as the Steamers put up a 6th spot in the first. for Michael Allen after he allowed a run in the top half of the frame. Edenton answered back with 6 runs of their own. And Goldson fouls off the first pitch. Second pitch, nothing, 1-1. Goldson out in left field tonight. One, flied out towards left. Cole goes back to the track. He's got room, and he makes the catch in front of the wall.
Catcher from Ron Stratton, number 13, Edenton.
So here's the catcher, Oates. Oates coming off a 3-hit game against Virginia Beach on Tuesday. Went 3 for 3. Boosted his batting average to an even 400. Now he's up in the count, 2-0. Benny Spady is on deck. And that pitch is inside to Oates. As the catcher, Kermode, dropped the ball, 3-0 now. With 1 down here in the second. Three-0 delivery on its way from Allen. And there's a called strike, 3-1. Here's the 3-1. And swing and a miss. And now the count is full at 3-2. After Allen was down in the count 3-0. He has worked it full. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off. And we'll do it again. So here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the second out of the inning.
First base from Prince George, number 27, Benny Spade.
A nice job there from Allen after down in the count, 3-0. Gets Oates to strike out on 7 pitches. And so here's the first baseman, Spady. Spady had his first hit of the season on Tuesday at Lakewood Park. Trying to build something up from that game. A 1 pitch. And it hits Spady. And he'll take first. The second time he's been hit by a ball this season. And the Voyagers have a 2-out base runner.
And Bryce, you were signed up for the next game. Van and Bryce, please head over so you can get ready for the game. Van and Bryce.
So here's the third baseman, Gorbett. And Gorbett takes that pitch in the zone for a strike, 0-1. And Gorbett takes a hack at that one, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So we'll go to the bottom of the second with the Steamers up 6-1. Tanner Thatch set to lead off the bottom half of the second for the Steamers. And he takes a called strike from Hedgepath, 0-1. Edenton put up a 6 spot in the first. And a good breaking ball there from Hedgepath. He's up on the count. 0-2 now on Thatch. Thatch hitting .375 this season for the Steamers. Then he rips that one to center, and that'll land in front of Wilson. So Bruno led off the first with the leadoff single, and Thatch does the same thing in the second. So here's the left-footed Hunter Cole. And takes that pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. In the dirt, and now it's 2-0. Cole has been slotted up to the 3 spot. After being in the 6 hole last night. Yeah. Two-1 now. On Cole, and he swings at that one, but it gets by the catcher Oates, and on to second goes Thatch. A 2-2 count now on Cole. With Thatch over at second and no one out here in the bottom of the second. 2-2 pitch, and it's skied up towards center. Wilson is under it, and he reels it in.
So field working deep state, number 10, Nate Paulson.
So that retires the first batter in the second. And it brings up Paulson. And Paulson thought about that one, but takes a called strike, 0-1. Paulson takes that one outside the zone for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Paulson chops that one to short. And throw is made by Hillberger, and that's the second out of the inning. And Thatch moves over to third on the throw.
Right field for Brown, number 19, Jackson Hill.
And first pitch, Colties is ripped to the left gap, and it's off the glove of Goldson. And another run comes in. See how they score that for Jackson Hip. They're going to give an error there on the left fielder, Goldson. That's the third error of the night for Suffolk. And now the first pitch that Kermode sees is skied out. Wilson is under that one and makes the catch. But another run comes in for Edenton as they extend their lead 7-1. Third inning here from historic Hicks Field. Brian Wilson set to lead off the third inning for the Voyagers. Wilson singled in the first. He's got multiple hit games in the last 3 games as he takes a called strike there from Allen, 0-1. So trying to extend that streak and crawl Suffolk back into this game. But he's quickly down in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. And Wilson just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Ball just popped out of the glove of the catcher, Case Kermode. So we'll do the 0-2 pitch again. And Wilson got a piece of that one.
A 50-50 raffle tickets being sold by the American Legion Auxiliary Post 40.
Suffolk just trying to put the ball in play. As that pitch is skipped across the plate by Allen. A ball and a strike. Suffolk has just put the ball in play in fair territory 2 times as Wilson fouls that one off his foot as he stomps it into the ground to wear off the pain. Coach Forbes talking to the Edenton dugout. Nothing too serious though. It was interesting. Coach Forbes in the first inning just went out there with his hat, and then in the second inning came out with his hat and a helmet on, and now here in the third he's just got a hat on. So I'm not sure why he put the helmet on in the second inning. As Wilson lifts that one towards the right side, hip in the gap, and it'll be called off by Paulson, who makes the catch.
Second baseman Lynchburg, number 3, Dawson Guzik.
So here's Guzik. And that pitch just missed up high for a ball, 1-0. Guzik's got hits in his last 2 games. And that time he takes a called strike from Allen, 0-1. And that pitch nearly hit Guzik as he does a 180 to get around that pitch. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And that's low. Good eye there from Guzik. And the count is now 3-1. Philip Forbes is on deck as the Voyagers try and tack on some runs here. They've had runs, or leads rather, in all but one of their games in PCL play. But just one victory to show as Guzik goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. So here's Philip Forbes. Steps up to the dish with 2 out and nobody on in the third. And that pitch just caught the plate for a called strike. 0-1. Forbes lays that one off for a ball and a strike. One pitch, and Forbes fouls that one back. A ball and a strike. Now a 1-2 pitch on its way from Allen. And a layoff there from Forbes on a ball in the dirt. Count is now 2-2. Forbes has been good at getting the ball in play this season. Just one strikeout in his 17 plate appearances. And he leaves that one low to even the count at 3-2. So here's the 3-2. And he chops that one over to the left side. Cottle is there, makes the throw. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Michael Allen. We'll head to the bottom of the third with Edenton up 7-1. Get your game on with D-Bat Virginia Beach, baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach, or by calling them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Bottom of the third here on the first pitch. That right sees is hit over to Spady, and he makes the play. So one pitch and one out here in the bottom of the third for Aiden Hedgepeth. Tyler Gorbett is back in the game defensively for the Voyagers. He started the game over at third and has moved over the short now as Trey Blow stays at third. He moved there in the second inning. And so here's the third baseman, Cottle. And he takes a called strike, 0-1. And now Hedgepeth quickly up in the count on Cottle, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Hedgepeth. And chopped to Blow. Another opportunity for him. His throw is in the dirt and not in time. I don't think a good throw would have beaten Cottle. We'll see how they score it. And they're going to give that a hit for Alden Cottle. And it brings up the second baseman, Stevens. And Stevens fouls that one off. Cottle's got 2 stolen base attempts this season, has made it safely in both of them. And there's a called strike to Stevens, and now it's 0-2. Hedgepeth had Cottle down in the count 0-2. See what he does here with Stevens. And Stevens lifts that one towards the right side. Over comes Forbes for a look. Well, that'll go into the Suffolk bullpen. So now a ball and a strike here on Stevens. Here's the 1-2. And that's shot over towards center. Over comes Wilson diving, and it's under the glove. Backed up by Goldson. But it won't matter. It's a double for Bryce Stevens. That's his first hit of the night, and over to third goes Cottle. Now back to the top of the order for Edenton. Chase Bruno was named the Steamer of the Week. And he fouls off that pitch off home plate, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled off and off the back railing, comes right back into play. And now it's 0-2 on Bruno. No balls, 2 strikes here on the leadoff hitter, Bruno. Here's the pitch, and Hedgepeth steps off. Cottle's on third, he singled, and Bryce Stevens followed him with a double. He's over at second. 0-2 pitch, and it's hit right to Cusick. 1 hopper, he'll come home with it. Tagged by Oates, and he got him. A nice play there from Dawson Cusick to save a run. And now there are 2 outs in the inning. It was a tough 1 hopper there for the second baseman, Cusick. But a good decision to come home and save a run as the infield was playing in. Now they drop back with 2 outs in the inning.
I don't know that I can step up. Don't push me. You're fine.
Here's the first baseman, Thatch.
Okay, I don't have the best knee.
1-0 count. Runners on first and third. And Thatch skies that one over to left. Goldson comes for a look, but that'll land foul. There's a nice tag there also from Oates on the play at the plate. He had to get it down immediately as Cottle was sprinting down the third base line off contact. And now another chance for Cusick, another 1 hopper. Throw to first is in time. So Hedgepeth gets out of trouble there. No runs come in to score. And at the end of 3, it's Edenton 7, Suffolk 1. 4, 5, 6 in the order. Set to do up here in the top of the 4th for the Voyagers. And now Coach Forbes is out there with the helmet on. So we're going to get to the bottom of that eventually, because he's flip-flopped going out with and without a helmet. As the first pitch blows, he's just fouled off towards the left side. 0-1. I'm not sure if Coach Forbes has been doing that and we just haven't noticed it. Or if this is the first time he's been doing that. That pitch is one-hopped to Kermode. A ball and a strike. Suffolk's got to get their bats going. Down by 6 runs here in the 4th. They just have 1 hit tonight thus far. They do have a run to show for it. But not a bad guy to be up at the plate. Trey Blow. Coming into the night hitting .500. And he's got a 2-2 count now. Here's the 2-2. And Blow spits on that one. A good pitch there from Allen. But a good job by Blow to lay it off. 3-2 pitch. And it's just low. So a leadoff walk for Blow. We'll start the 4th for Suffolk. Rylan Brown gets the signs from Coach Forbes. Would not expect a bunt. Down by 6 runs here. And Brown takes a called strike, 0-1. Suffolk just trying to get base runners here.
You see the 2 people sitting below the strikes?
Here's the 0-1. And that's low. A ball and a strike. Suffolk jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the top of the 1st. But 7 unanswered runs since. Now a 2-1 count here on the designated hitter, Brown. And Brown takes a called strike. And now it's 2-2. Brown lifts that one foul. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Here's the 2-2 from Allen. And he checked his swing. Home plate umpire said he went around. That's the 7th strikeout of the night for Michael Allen. And that's the first out here in the 4th. Allen came into the night with 18 total strikeouts in his 12 innings of work. And already 7 here tonight and 4 in the 3rd. 1-0 on Goldson inside. Kermode thought about a back pick on Blow. He held it in his pocket.
You needed for the mascot race. You need to hustle around there.
2-0 now on Goldson. And Ahmad takes a called strike. 2-1. Scoreboard here says 1-2, but it is 2-1. And that pitch is inside and it gets by the catcher Kermode, and jogging over to second, advancing on the wild pitch is Blow. And now a good hitter's count here for Goldson. With a runner in scoring position. It is 2-2. And Goldson shoots that one down the right side. That'll fall for extra bases. Blow comes around to score. And it's an RBI double for Ahmad Goldson for the second run of the night for Suffolk.
That's from Brown Strat, number 13, Edenton.
So now here's the catcher Oates. The third extra base hit of the season for Goldson. Brings in his fourth RBI of the season. And now Oates shoots that one to center. Paulson is under it, and that's the second out.
First base from Stewart, number 27, Benny Spade.
And so here's Benny Spady. Spady was hit by the pitch by Allen in his last at-bat. And there he takes a called strike, 0-1. That was a good piece of hitting there from Ahmad Goldson, the first RBI of the night for Suffolk. And now Spady shoots that one out of play. The first run that Suffolk scored came from when Wilson and Forbes were stealing second and third, and the ball went right off of the helmet of Brian Wilson and into the outfield that allowed him to score. Now Spady down in the count 0-2, trying to make contact. And he shoots that one deep to right, but foul. Oh, Spady just missed a big blow there. As the ball hit off the wall in foul territory. He's trying to even that out. It's just a bit early on that one. So now 0-2. Bruno's holding Goldson tightly over at second. And Spady takes that one outside. 1-2.
That was definitely time. That's his time.
Tyler Gorbett would be next. And Spady leaves that one low. And now it's 2-2. So here's the 2-2 from Allen to Spady. And he leaves that one, and it's 3-2. So after Spady was down in the count 0-2, he works it full now on Allen. Goldson should be in motion. Bruno holding him tightly with a full count and 2 outs. And it's outside. Ball 4. Goldson didn't steal. And now there's runners on first and second with 2 outs for the third baseman, Gorbett. The third walk drawn by Spady. He's reached safely twice tonight. So a good AB there from Spady, and that ball sails over the catcher Kermode and advancing to second and third on the wild pitch is Goldson and Spady. So now a big AB here from Gorbett with 2 runners in scoring position. Already 1 run in for the Voyagers in the 4th. Trying to cut into this lead. And Gorbett leaves that one low, 2-0. 2 outs still. Gorbett just 1 RBI on the season. And now it's 3-0. And you gotta take this pitch here. 7 consecutive pitches out of the zone from Allen. Came into the inning with just 1 walk on the night, already 2 in the inning. And Gorbett takes a called strike, 3-1. So here's the 3-1 to Gorbett. Good hitter's count. And that ball just caught the inside corner of the plate. It's now 3-2. Some ovation from the crowd here. Here's the 3-2 delivery from Allen. And a called strike 3. So the Voyagers tack on a run in the 4th, but leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position. We'll head to the home half of the 4th with Edenton up 7-2. Hunter Cole set to lead off the bottom of the 4th, and he swings at the first pitch. That's right to Gorbett. Throw to first. And it gets by Spady. Looked like it hit off the glove of Benny Spady. And so 1 pitch. And the Steamers have a base runner. And they're going to give that an error. Not sure if that's on Spady or Gorbett. That's the 4th error of the night for Suffolk. And another first pitch swing. And just like that, there are 2 base runners on for Edenton.
Right here from round number 19, Jackson Hill.
So now here's the right fielder, Hip. Hip reached on his last at-bat via an error. And he takes the first pitch. 1-0. And it fouls off. That pitch from Hedgepeth evens the count at 1 apiece. Same defense out there in the 4th inning for the Voyagers as it was in the 3rd after they mixed it up a bit in the 2nd and 3rd. As Hip shoots that one towards the right center gap, Forbes gets under it and makes the catch. A good running catch there from Philip Forbes. He made that look easy. Going to his right, to the right center gap. And that's the first out of the inning. And it brings up the catcher, Kermode. And not a bad time to get a ground ball here if you're Hedgepeth. A pitcher who pitches to contact. The pitch to Kermode is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Kermode gets the signs down from his manager, Justin Hill. Here's the 0-1. And Hedgepeth quickly up, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Hedgepeth. And that's a good 0-2 pitch. Left outside by Kermode, a ball and a strike. Kermode's right foot is in the back of that batter's box. And there goes the runners, and the pitch is fouled off. As Kermode has a discussion with the home plate umpire. Most likely asking if that pitch was in the zone or not. Typically see that from hitters when they foul a ball off, and they might have thinking that it was outside of the zone, they could have left it off. Runners don't go on that pitch, and it's outside. 2-2. Do not want to lose Kermode here. If you're Hedgepeth, had him in an 0-2 hole. With 1 out here, runners on first and second. And that pitch is fouled off. Justin Hill gives his base runners and Kermode the signs. On a 2-2 pitch from Hedgepeth. There go the runners, and Hedgepeth steps off, and Cole is a dead duck at third. Cole left off really early And all Hedgepeth has had to do was step off and throw it over to Blow at third. And so that's the second out of the inning. And now Hedgepeth is one strike away from getting out of this inning. Paulson moved over to second. Here's the 2-2 fouled off. Hedgepeth could really use a strikeout here. Or just an out for that matter of fact. But his defense has allowed 4 errors tonight. Skuzik holding Paulson at second closely, and Kermo just got a piece of that one. Here's the 9th pitch of the at-bat. 2-2. Fouled off. Kermo putting together a good AB, making Hedgepeth work.
Oh, they said bye like they were going. My bad. You stay over there.
So we'll do the 2-2 again. From Hedgepeth to Kermode. Tapped over to third. Blow is there. Throw to first is in time. So Aiden Hedgepeth, after the first 2 runners reached on the first 2 pitches, works out of trouble thanks to some Edenton base running blunders. 7-2 through 4. Get your game on with DBAT Virginia Beach baseball, softball, training, and more. DBAT Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach, or by calling them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Jared Beebe is now on the mound for the Steamers. So Michael Allen went 4 innings, He had 8 strikeouts in those 4 innings and just allowed 2 hits, but 3 walks as well, as Suffolk scored 2 runs off of him. This is just the second time that Jared Beebe is pitching for the Steamers. The last time he pitched was back on June 8th. He recorded 4 outs and allowed 1 run that was unearned against the Greenbrier Knights. One-two count here on the leadoff hitter, Wilson. In the top of the order for Suffolk. And Wilson just got a piece of that one as he stretched out to reach for that one. That was up high in the zone from Beebe. Beebe recorded 2 strikeouts. Good leave there from Wilson in his inning in the 3rd. So here's the 2-2 to Wilson. Chops that one to the right side. And Stevens is there to retire him. 1 down here in the 5th. So here's the second baseman, Dawson Guzik. And Guzik leaves that one up. And Guzik takes a big cut at that one. 1-1. Guzik has yet to put the ball in fair territory tonight. And now down in the count on Beebe, 1-2. And that one's up and away to Guzik to even the count at 2 apiece. Two-two pitch. And that one dropped in. It was coming in high. Good breaking ball there from Beebe, but it was outside. So now a full count with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. 3-2 to Guzik. And it gets away from the catcher, Kermode, for ball 4. And the Voyagers have a 1-out base runner. So here's the right fielder, Forbes. Guzik is on first for the first time tonight. And Forbes takes a called strike, 0-1. Guzik's got a healthy lead over at first. And Kermode thought about a back pick there. Held it in his hand though. Gave a pump fake over to Guzik. Wouldn't expect him to steal. Down by 5 runs here in the 5th. And a good leave there from Forbes. And it's now 2-1. And Forbes, healthy cut of that one, but can't make contact. 2-2. Forbes Had 2 strikes on him in his last at-bat. Ended up grounding it over to third. And a good leave there. And so for the second straight batter, Suffolk hitting has drawn a full count. So here's the 3-2. And it's low, ball 4. The second straight walk delivered by BB. And Suffolk has runners on first and second with 1 out. Tacked on a run last inning. Now looking for some more here. And here's Trey Blow. And Blow leaves that pitch up. 1-0. Blow's got a hit in all 5 games he's come to the plate to tonight. He's got a hit in all 5 games, but hitless tonight. He reached base in his last at-bat, drawing a walk, and came around to score the run in the 4th for Suffolk. 2-1 count now. And there's a called strike. 2-2. Rylan Brown is on deck for the Voyagers. As Blow tries to keep the line going. And that's up to Blow. And now it's 3-2. So after getting Wilson to ground out to second, BB now has his 3rd straight 3-2 count. And Blow hits that one over to the left side to second for 1 on to first. And a good stop there by Tanner Thatch. That was over the head of the first baseman. But he did a good job to come off the bag to prevent Guzik to come around to score. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs and Rylan Brown at the dish. And Brown's going to be a tough play for Cottle, and he can't make it. Brown just tapped that one relatively lightly. It was going to be a tough play for Cottle, who didn't pick up the ball. We'll see how they score it. But nevertheless, Suffolk adds another run. And they're going to give an error there on the 3rd baseman, Cottle. That allows Brown to reach. And so here's Ahmad Goldson. Runners on first and second. Goldson had an RBI double last inning. If he can keep it going, Aiden Oates would be next. And there's a good pitch there from BB. For a called strike, it's 1-2. On the lefty Golden. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a good stop there from Kermode on a ball in the dirt. And the count is even at 2-2. Two on, two out, 2-2 the count. And Goldson leaves that one. And that's the fourth batter of the inning that BB has a full count on. So Suffolk making him work after Michael Allen was taken out as BB steps off, trying to get on the same page as Kermode. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Runners in motion. And Goldson fouls it off. Trey Blow is on second. He reached via a fielder's choice. And Rylan Brown on first. He reached on the error from Cottle. So here's the payoff pitch to Goldson. Runners will be in motion again. And a called strike 3. As Goldson has some words for the home plate umpire. But Suffolk tacks on another run. It's now 7-3 as we're halfway through in Edenton. Caden Hilberger now on the mound for Suffolk. And the first pitch he delivers to Houston Wright is a ball low, 1-0. So the line on Hedgepeth, he goes 4 innings as Wright skies that one deep to center. Wilson to the track and makes the catch at the wall. Wilson got turned around a bit, but a good recovery. Had some nice footwork out there in center field for the first out in the 5th. This is the 5th outing for Hilberger. 3rd time he's coming out of the pen. And a big swing and a miss there from Alden Cottle, 0-1. He's gone a total of 2 1/3 in his 2 appearances in relief and 2 1/3 scoreless innings. And now quickly up on the count on Cottle, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Shot out towards the right side. In comes Forbes. And that'll fall. Just a nice piece of hitting there from Cottle. Played it where no one was. They got it on the inner part of the bat.
Number 2, Bryce Stevens.
And so here's the second baseman, Stevens. With one down here in the 5th. Suffolk trailing 7-3. It was 7-1, but a pair of runs in the last 2 innings has made the deficit more manageable. And that pitch is up high to Stevens for a ball. 1-1. 1-2. One, two, and Hilberger will check in on Cottle over at first. Stevens has reached base safely in both of his at-bats tonight. And now he goes down swinging on a pitch in the dirt. Now throw it out to second from Oates, and it goes into center field. And arriving safely at first on the drop third call is Stevens. So Price Stevens swung and missed at strike 3, but on the drop third, Oates decided to go to second with it and threw it into center field. And now there were 2 on and 1 down for Chase Bruno. And the first pitch he sees will end the inning. So we've played 5 here in Edenton. It's 7-3 Steamers. So Chris Morris now out there in relief for Jared Beebe, who just went 1 inning and had some difficulties. He allowed a run as Oates chops that one over to third. Eats up Cottle, but a good play. And throw down to first is in time. A nice play there from Alden Cottle. Ball took a lot of hops to get to him. And that's the first out of the inning. So what happened there to end the fifth, the strikeout from Stevens, he was actually not allowed to advance to first since Cottle was on first. So that was the second out of the inning. And then Bruno grounded out to second for the third out. So that's what happened with the confusion there. So this is Chris Morris's sixth outing of the season. All of which has come out of the pen for. He's gone a total of 7 2/3 and has just allowed 2 runs and only 1 was earned. So he's been very valuable as he gets Spady down on strikes and there's quickly 2 out. It's been very valuable for Justin Hill out of the bullpen. An ERA of 1.17. First pitch he throws to Gorbett is outside the zone for a ball, 1-0. And there's a called strike at the knees, 1-1. And Gorbett swings out of his shoes on that one. And now it's 1-2. Morris has 16 strikeouts in his 7-2 innings of work coming into the night. So a 2-2 count here on Gorbett, and he fouls that one out of play. Gorbett trying to get things started with 2 out and nobody on for Suffolk. They've scored a run in their last 2 innings. And Gorbett skies that one in the infield and Thatcher's under it to make the catch. So a 1-2-3 inning from Chris Morris, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Edenton 7, Suffolk 3. Some defensive substitutions here for Philip Forbes' Voyagers. Jacob Lopez checks into the game over at first base for Benny Spady, and Alex Gilisano over at second for Dawson Guzik. And the 1-1 is ripped foul near the Suffolk dugout, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Hillberger. And Thatch gets a piece of that one, fouls it straight back. And we'll do the 1-2 again. Here's the 1-2. And that one's nubbed, foul. Thatch continues to stay alive in this at-bat. This is a 2, 3, and 4 spot in the order due up for the Steamers in the home 6th. And Thatch skies that one to center. In comes Wilson diving to make the catch. Oh, what a play there from Brian Wilson to rob a hit from Tanner Thatch for the first out of the inning. Wilson's been busy out there. That's the 4th ball he's reeled in tonight. And it's the first out of the inning in the home 6th. Hunter Cole fouls off the first pitch he sees from Hillberger, 0-1. And now Hillberger quickly up in the count, 0-2. As the call gets a reaction from the Edenton crowd. 0-2 pitch. And a good 0-2 spot there from Hillberger, who was up in the count. Now it's 1-2. 1-2 delivery. And that's in the dirt. And now it's 2-2. Cole's 1 for 3 tonight. He's reached base safely twice, though. Reached on an error as he skies that one pretty deep to right. Back goes Forbes and Wilson makes the track and makes the catch at the warning track. And that's the second out, both of which have been caught by Brian Wilson. So Brian Wilson helping out Caden Hillberger in this inning. Had a diving catch on Thatch to start the inning, and then goes all the way back to the warning track to make a catch on Hunter Cole's ball. One 1-0 now on the center fielder, Paulson. And Paulson leaves that one outside. It's 2-0. Paulson 2 for 3 tonight. And he takes that one for a called strike, 2-1. That pitch caught the inner half of the plate. And that one gets by Oates. No one's on though. And now it's 3-1 to Paulson. And there's ball 4. So a 2-out base runner is on for the Steamers in the home 6.
shake, or energy drink.
First walk issued by Caden Hillberger. And it brings up Jackson Hip. But first Hillberger checks in on Paulson at first. Paulson's got 4 stolen base attempts. He's arrived safely on all 4. And Hip takes a called strike. 0-1. Oh, 1 now. And Hip swings out of his shoes. And now it's 0-2. So here's the 0-2 from Hillberger, and first Hip will call time. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Hillberger, and it gets past Oates and to the backstop, and taking second on the wild pitch is Nate Paulson. So now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs and a 1-2 count. And Hip shoots that one towards the right side. That'll fall, base hit. Here comes the throw at the plate, and it gets by Oates. And now going to second is Hip. It was a good shoot from Oates. Or excuse me, from Forbes, but it just went by the catcher Oates.
Catcher from University of Iowa, number 17, Case Kermode. Now looking for the singles, the 12 players on stick.
So an RBI single for Hip after Hillberger and the Voyagers had 2 outs and nobody on. And it's Justin Hill making a lineup change. He might be right now talking to the home plate umpire. Not quite sure what that was about. So after Hillberger had 2 outs and nobody on, Edenton manages to tack on a run. One to 0 now on the catcher Kermode. And he leaves that one up and away, and it's 2-0. It's a nice piece of opposite field hitting from Hip. Fours made a good attempt to throw out Paulson, who came around to score from second. And there's a strike to Kermode, and it's 2-2. It's the home plate umpire signals on the scoreboard. They had 0-2. Now they changed that. So here's the 2-2. Got him looking, strike 3. But a run comes in to score for Edenton. We've played 6 here at historic Kicks Field. It's 8-3 Steamers. top of the order. Sets a bat here in the top of the 7th for the Voyagers. Trailing by 5 runs. Brian Wilson's 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and came around to score the first run of the game in the first, and he takes a called strike, 0-1 from Chris Morris, who's back out there for his second inning of work. And Wilson gets a piece of that one. Now he's down in the count, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Lays it off. A ball and a strike. So now Coach Forbes is back out there with a helmet. So I don't know if he does it every even or odd inning. I'm not quite sure, but that is definitely something we are going to get to the bottom of. And Wilson shoots that one up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Stevens, going to his right and sliding safely and making it to first base with an infield single is Brian Wilson. So that extends his multi-hit game streak to 4. Wilson's now got 2 hits in his last 4 games, and it brings up Alex Gilisano. Gilisano came into the game replacing Dawson Gusick over at second base. And first pitch, Gilisano sees is up and away, 1-0. Gilisano swings through that one. Ball and a strike. Gilisano had a hit in his 2 plate appearances. Tuesday against Virginia Beach. The games Thursday at Lakewood Park were postponed due to rain. So that was the last game that Suffolk played. Now a 1-2 count on Gilisano. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's the second strikeout of the night for Morris. And the first out in the top of the 7th. Here's Philip Forbes. And Forbes takes that pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Let's fix the score bug for you at home. And Forbes fouls that one off, 1-1. Forbes is 0 for 2 or 0 for 1 tonight. He just drew a pair of walks. And swings and misses at that high pitch. It's 1-2. As Brian Wilson over at first got a big jump there, but didn't steal. Just trying to get base runners if you're Suffolk. With 8 outs to play with, down by 5 runs. And Forbes fouls that one off, one of the back pulls here.
579-188, 579-188. You got just a couple of seconds to get down there. We have another number drawn.
So we'll do the 1-2 again.
Yeah, no, I'd rather have static.
Here's the 1-2 delivery.
I can't have it.
And a good leave there from Forbes, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes here on the right fielder Forbes, and the pitch is fouled off again. Good at bat being put together by Philip Forbes.
579-511. If you got that ticket number, hit it in the
And now Morris checks in on Wilson. Two and two the count here. And there goes Wilson, got an early jump and play at second, and he is out. And that's the second out of the inning, and Coach Forbes has his hands on his hips and his face looking down on the ground. That is not what you need. Down by 5 runs in the 7th. There was no point of Wilson stealing there, and now Chris Morris is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning, facing just 3 batters. It's the first time that Wilson caught stealing, and now down on strikes goes Forbes. That's the 2nd straight strikeout from Chris Morris. It's stretch time here in Edenton. Back here in Edenton, 7A and 9 due up in the order, and Caden Hillberger still out there for his 3rd inning of work.
Hello, world.
So we have some fans here in Edenton saying hello to everyone back at home. 1-1 count here on Wright. Wright's 1 for 3 tonight, and he skies that one out towards right, and Forbes is under it for the first out of the inning. So here's the 3rd baseman, Cottle. He's reached the board safely in his 3 at-bats tonight. a pair of singles, and a walk. And he takes a pitch outside of the zone from Hilberger for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-1 from Hilberger. And a good pitch there, but a better layoff from Cottle. Hilberger's been really good out of the pen. He's been good as a starter too, but definitely has had better performances when he comes into relief. He's got an ERA of 2.38 overall, but hasn't allowed a single run when he's come out of the bullpen. And that pitch is up and in to Cottle, and that's ball 4. So a one out base runner is on for the second baseman, Stevens.
Second baseman, Ohio State, number 2, Bryce Stevens.
Stevens 1 for 3 tonight, but has reached base twice. Reached on an error back in the first and takes a called strike from Hilberger, 0-1. Suffolk ran themselves a bit out of an inning in the top half of the 7th. Had Brian Wilson already on first with just 1 out. And your 3-hole hitter up. And Oates, he might have caught some dirt in his eye. He's walking over to the dugout and motioning towards his bench. It's a 1-1 count on Stevens, as Oates is getting some water over by his dugout to rub onto his eye. And Hilberger is out on the mound. He's throwing, keeping his arm loose, having a catch with Trey Blow, who's over at third. And so Oates is now ready. Always rough for the catchers. Seems to never catch a break. The last time we saw Edenton, Jeremiah Boyd came out of the game after he got nipped by a foul ball. Boyd seems to get hit every game for Edenton, but he said that was the worst that he has ever gotten hit by a foul ball. He was talking to himself a lot behind the dish that night at Lakewood Park. He said that he hates catching as Stevens hits that one toward the left side where there's an open hole in the infield, and he's aboard with his second hit of the night. And now back to the top of the order for Edenton.
Goes up on three, number 4, Chase Bruno.
Chase Bruno's 1 for 4 tonight. He scored a run. Fouls the first pitch off. So here's the 0-1 from Hillberger. And Bruno lays off that pitch. 1-1. Bruno grounded out to second in his first at-bat against Hillberger. That ended the 5th inning. And Hillberger could use a ground ball here with runners on first and second and 1 out. Tanner Thatch looming on deck. Bruno chops that one to third. Blow steps on the bag. Throw to first. Not in time to get this quick Bruno. But a good play there from Trey Blow for the second out of the inning.
First baseman, USC Bloomington, number 27, Tanner Thatch.
So Cottle is out on the 4th place. Stevens is at second, with Bruno reaching on the fielder's choice. And first pitch, that sends that one to deep right. No doubt about it. As Forbes just watches it go. A 3-run shot. And it's now 11-3 Edenton. Hillberger was doing so well tonight. And then Thatch delivers a big blow with 2 outs and 2 on. And so now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Hunter Cole. It's going to be West, Tyler West, a pinch hit for Hunter Cole. West takes the first pitch for a ball. And now he swings out of his shoes on the next one. A ball and a strike. And now a ball and a strike here on the pinch hitter West. Nate Paulson would be next. And that pitch is outside, 2-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. But Tanner Thatch delivers a big blow, a 3-run shot to make it 11-3. Steamers at the end of 7. Get your game on with D-Bat, Virginia Beach, baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach, or by calling them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Local business owners and community organizers, you can promote your business and events right here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. You have an opportunity to promote your business and events right here with your logo being featured on the screen. Please email tidewatersummerleague@gmail.com to promote your business or events today. Trey Blow set to lead off the 8th inning for the Voyagers. And Chris Morris is still out there for the 3rd straight inning for Edenton. And first pitch to Blow is fouled off, 0-1. A 1 pitch. That's outside for a ball. Ball and a strike. And that one's hit over to the left side. Bruno's there. And there's one out. So 6-3 in your scorecard. And now Nick Cleghorn is going to pinch hit for the designated hitter, Ryland Brown. And now Case Kermel's going to go out to have a talk with this pitcher. Cleghorn had a big game on Tuesday. Came off the bench. Had a pair of doubles. One of them, he ended up coming around to score due to an error, and that tied the game. That was a back and forth game between Virginia Beach that Suffolk was able to come out with their first victory in PCL play with. And Cleghorn takes that pitch outside the zone for a ball, 1-0. Takes a cut at that one. 1-1. Cleghorn hitting .400 in his 10 plate appearances. And now a 2-1 count. Ahmad Goldson is next in the on-deck circle. And now it's 3-1 on Cleghorn.
Your leg hair is really strong. Like, I can't believe you out there.
3-1 delivery. And it's spiked off of home plate. So Nick Cleghorn comes off the bench and draws a walk. And the Voyagers have a 1-out base runner.
News for number 24, Ahmad Goldson.
Here's the left fielder, Goldson. Goldson's got an RBI double tonight, 1 for 3. And takes a called strike, 0-1. And a good leave there from Goldson on a pitch outside of the zone, a ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch. And Goldson leaves that one upstairs.
Oh, throat chop.
2-1 count here on the left-footed Goldson. And he leaves that one up and away. And a second straight 3-1 count for Suffolk hitters. Morris has faced the minimum through the first 2 1/3, had 7 up and 7 down. That's a big cut there from Goldson, evens the count at 3-2. Wilson reached base, but then got picked off trying to steal second early. And that's upstairs, ball 4. The second straight walk issued by Morris. And it brings up the catcher, Oates. Oates 0 for 3 today. As Coach Forbes comes over a bit closer to the plate, yelling at someone at his dugout. Philip Forbes is warming up in the Suffolk bullpen. Possibly to pitch in the home 8th. So after Morris had 7 up and 7 down, he's walked his last 2 batters. A 1 here on Oates, and a good stop there from Kermode, picked down to second. And Cleghorn arrives in safely as Bruno came over to cut it off. That ball didn't really have a shot at getting Cleghorn. A 1-1 count here. On the catcher, Oates. And there's a called strike. It's 2-2. Home plate umpire is signaling that it's 2-2. Now they just fixed it here on the scoreboard, and Oates went around as he foul tipped it. So the 4th strikeout from Morris, and there are now 2 down here in the 8th. Jacob Lopez, this is his first at-bat of the night. He came in the game earlier for Spady, and he gets fooled on that pitch from Morris. 0-1. A 1 here on Lopez. And leaves that one upstairs, a ball and a strike. Lopez shoots that one up the middle, a base hit. That's the first hit of the season for Lopez, and Cleghorn's going to be held up at third. So a base hit for Jacob Lopez extends the inning. And it's the shortstop, Tyler Gorbett. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs here for the 9-hole hitter. Gorbett 0 for 3 tonight. And he takes a called strike, 0-1. Gorbett has got 1 RBI on the season, but that came right here at Historic Hicks. Here's the 1-1 from Morris. And takes a big cut at the high fastball. And Morris is a strike away from getting out of this. 1-2 pitch. Hit foul towards the right side. So Cleghorn's on third. He walked. Goldson over at second. He also walked. And over at first is Jacob Lopez, who had his first hit of the season. 1-2 count. And laid off there by Gorbett. And the count is now even at 2-2. Trying to keep this inning going with the top of the Suffolk lineup on deck and Brian Wilson. And Gorbett pops that one, overcomes curve mode for a look, but that'll go out of play.
There's 3 of them. Is this it?
So we'll do the 2-2 again.
I'll send it to all 3. One of them's got to be right.
Trying to keep this inning going. In an 11-3 ball game. Here's the pitch. And it's shot down the left field line, but foul. Gorbett's got Morris timed up. Now just trying to even it out.
Is it Jada underscore last word 22? I thought I had you always. How many Snapchat accounts have you made?
And now the umpires are coming over to have a discussion. Not quite sure what it's about. I don't know if any of the coaches asked for it either. They're coming back now. I think it was to determine what the count was, because on the scoreboard it said 3-2, and now they fixed it, it's 2-2, so that is what it was about. Confusion as to what the count was. But it's a 2-2 count on Gorbett. The base is loaded and 2 outs. Trying to crawl back into this game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Voyagers leave the bases loaded in the 8th. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning in Edenton with the Steamers up 11-3. Philip Forbes now on the mound for the Voyagers. Caden Hilberger was really doing well for Suffolk, and then Tanner Thatch hit a 3-run shot and it really sky blowed the game. 0-2 counting here on the center fielder Paulson. This is the third time that Forbes has come into relief this summer for Suffolk. And bounces the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. He started on Tuesday. Went 2 innings and a third, allowed 4 runs, but only 1 of them were earned. And here's the 1-2 pitch. And fouled back by Paulson, so we'll do it again. Forbes is a pitcher who pitches to contact. Gone a total of 4 2/3 this inning. This year as that breaking ball sails upstairs. Forbes has just 2 strikeouts in his 4 2/3 innings of work this summer. And that pitch is low and away. And now the count is full. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Again, scoreboard says 2-2. We believe it's 3-2. And that one's fouled off. So Paulson making Forbes work. During his first batter. Two. And it's low for ball 4.
That walk is probably about Shine Energy. Take a stroll down Shine Energy. Sure you kick the sub. You'll see one off.
And the Steamers have the leadoff runner on.
Right fielder from Mount Olive. Number 12, Davis Halstead.
So Davis Halstead comes into the game to pinch hit for Jackson Hip. Halstead takes that pitch low. 1-0. Here. And there's a good spot from Forbes that catches the outside of the plate. 1-1. Halstead didn't have a hit in his first 4 games of the season, but now he has a hit in his last 4. So a 4-game hitting streak on the line now tonight for Halstead. But he's been accustomed to getting it done late. In 3 of those 4 games, he's only had 1 at-bat as he swings out of his shoes there for strike 3. It's the first strikeout recorded by Forbes. And there's 1 down here in the home eighth.
Number 17, Case Kermode.
So here's the catcher, Kermode. Kermode's 1 for 3 tonight. Should be 1 for 4. So he takes that pitch outside of the zone. Kermode had an RBI single back in the first. And that pitch sails upstairs from Forbes, 2-0. And that pitch is upstairs and inside to Kermode, and it's 3-0 now. .30 pitch on its way from Forbes, and gets the outside corner. Here's the 3-1. And a big swing and a miss there from Kermode. So after Forbes was down in the count 3-0, he's now worked it full. Here's the 3-2 delivery from Forbes. And a called strike 3 looking. Kermode didn't seem to like the call there from the home plate umpire. But that's the second consecutive strikeout from Forbes. And now there's 2 down here in the home eighth. Designated hitter right. He's also 1 for 4. He had a single and came around to score in the first. And the first pitch he sees from Forbes is a breaking ball called strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch from Forbes, a long hold, and now he delivers. As Wright swings at a pitch in the dirt, and now Forbes is quickly up 0-2. Forbes takes a big breath and now steps onto the rubber. Gets the signs from his catcher, Oates. The 0-2 pitch. Just outside. Forbes wanted that call.
For alcohol.
As he kind of claps his glove. As he walks back to the mound. So now 1-2 here on Wright. And that time he got him looking, strike 3.
3, 4, and 5.
So after a leadoff walk from Forbes, he strikes out the next 3 batters. We'll head to the 9th inning with Edenton up by 8. Gavin Mangus out there for relief for the Steamers in the top of the ninth in an 8-run game. Top of the order due up for Suffolk. And the first pitch from Mangus is up and away for ball 1. And Wilson shoots the second pitch foul down the left side. 1-1. This is the 4th outing out of the bullpen for Mangus. He's gone a total of 2 innings, has allowed 3 runs. 2 of them have been unearned though. And a high pitch that's chopped over to short. Bruno comes in, makes the running throw, and there's 1 down here in the 9th.
Circulation, Eastern Bennett, number 6, Alex Gulasano.
So Alex Gilisano steps up. He struck out in his first at-bat and his only at-bat of the night. He came into the game for Dawson Cusick. And Gilisano takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. And Gilisano quickly down in the count, 0-2. And Gilisano goes down swinging on 3 pitches. And the Voyagers are down to their final strike. And it's all left to Philip Forbes. Forbes 0 for 2 tonight, has reached base twice safely though, as gets fooled on that pitch by Mangus, 0-1. And that pitch is just inside, a ball and a strike. And now the Voyagers are down to their final strike. And a clap from the Steamers dugout. 1-2. That's upstairs, 2-2. Edenton 1 strike away from a 7-game win streak. Here's the 2-2. And just outside, 3-2. Two outs, full count here on Philip Forbes. And he fouls it off and we'll do it again. So here's the payoff pitch from Mangus. Outside, ball 4. And the game continues. Now Trevor Mason's going to make his first at-bat of the night.
Up now, third baseman from Hackney, Sydney, number 16, Trevor Mason.
Mason came in the top half of the ninth to play third base for Trey Blow. Now getting his first at-bat. Suffolk down to their final out. 1-0 count here. And Mason checked to swing. Checks over at first base, and first base umpire said he didn't go around. And it's 2-0. And Mason hits that one to third. Cottle is there. Throw to first, and the ball game is over.
3-4-5 for the Voyagers.
The Steamers win their 7th consecutive game. They improved to 9-4 in PCL play and hop over the Tarboro River Bandits. They were tied for first place in the PCL coming into the night. They now stand atop first place all alone. They improved to 13-4 overall. The Voyagers' two-game winning streak comes to an end as they fall to 2-5 overall and 1-5 in PCL play. Tomorrow the Steamers will be in Tarboro. That game is set for 7 o'clock. We'll have the Suffolk Voyagers for you here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. That game is set to start at 5 as they get set to host the Lakeside Sluggers from the Piedmont Collegiate Baseball League. That'll be the second game of our doubleheader tomorrow. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Hayden Banzel, and you've been watching the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. Have a great night, everyone.